be covering conditional probability and independence. Let us start. It's saying many probabilities are first computed with respect to a fixed sample space. That's true. Sometimes new information is given and then sample space is updated. This leads to a conditional probability. For example, I have this sample space S, and I have this is A, and now this is B. All right. So now I'm saying my sample space is not this bigger set. If I just remove these walls, my sample space is only B. Then I want to find probability of A given that B. Now my B is my sample space. So that would be probability of this one intersection B divided by probability of B. This is how we will define it. But I'm just telling you that the sample space will be updated. All right. So now it's saying four cards are dealt from a well shuffled deck. The number of unordered groups of four cards is 52 choose 4. What do we mean by unordered? Like we have four slots, for example, one, two, three, four. So if I put A here, if I put J here, if I put Queen here, if I put K here, for example, all are diamonds. All right. So this is A, J, Q, K. Now, for example, if I now write J, A, Q, K, this is same thing. This is not counted twice. So this is an ordered pair. So when order does not matter, then we use combination. Then order matters. When you wanna count this one as well, then you use permutation. So here we are using combination as well. Combination. All right. So we wanna find probability of four S's. So if you wanna have four S's like A here, A here, A here, and A here, and A here, then four S's is just one hand, handful. So this is only one, and this is like our favorable outcome, and this is 52 choose for all possible outcomes. So which is 1 over this. So now we wanna find, like we wanna see, like if we put conditions, the probability can be computed sequentially. Like there would be some conditions. What are the conditions now? If I wanna find probability of first S, what would be the first S probability? Like there are 52 cards, and first would be like there are four. So I would say 4 over 52. So once one card is chosen, now we are left with 51 cards, and out of 51 cards we have 3 aces, and out of then 50 cards, after this is chosen, after 50 cards, then we have 2 aces, then out of 49 cards we have 1 ace. So if you multiply all of them, these are like conditional events. So that's why, like we will see the definition of conditional events is like one of the condition is A intersection B intersection D is probability of A, probability of B, probability of C, and probability of D. So this is how, like we have used this thing. Like this is not full definition of the conditional independence, but this is one of the sub collection of um, mutually independence. So the factor updates the sample after each card is drawn. So we are updating. So here we are updating our sample space. Here now sample space is 51 cards, and out of 51 we have 3 cards left, which are ace. And now we are updating uh, here sample space having 50 cards, then 49 cards, and we are then updating our sample space, and then we multiply all of them because these are independent. So this is the concept of like conditional probability. Let us write the definition of the conditional probability. If A and B are events in S, probability of B is positive, then conditional probability of this is the probability of A given B is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. This is not proven. This is definition. All right, you cannot prove this. This is how we define conditional probability. And intuitively, as I already showed, uh, show you the picture. This is now, for example, A, and this is B. Now my sample space is only this. This is my sample space, and I want to find conditional probability of A. So only these things will occur. Then what would be my conditional probability of having A? So this will happen divided by, so like if I just tell you in like number of um, A intersection B divided by total number of, just I'm just giving you a rough definition, like a rough intuition. Then this is number of um anyways, I can just say probability, not numbers, number of. So this is probability of A intersection B divided by um rather if I say I was right to, so I would say number of A intersection B divided by number of B. I'm just saying this is not actually like number of A intersection B does not always make sense. So I'm just assuming, just giving you a case when A and B are like finite sets. So if I divide by number of is divided by, assuming the sample space is finite, here it can be infinite. I'm just giving you an intuition like how this definition is motivated. What's the motivation of like this statement? This uh, definition. So above is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. So this is probability of A intersection B divided by probability of D. Probability of A given B, the event becomes the updated sample space. If A intersection B is empty, then probability of A intersection B, which is empty here. So probability of empty set is 0. All right. So now for a fixed B, probability of B positive, the function. So we are now fixing B and defining a new function, probability of A given B. So is this Q a probability function or not? Definitely this is non-negative. Then for any A, Q of A is non-negative. This is one of the exams. And another exam is Q of S must be 1. And third exam would be Q of union of AIs should be summation Q of AIs if AIs are mutually pairwise disjoint. So let us find Q of S, which is probability of S given B, which is probability of S intersection B, by probability of B. S intersection B is B because S is superset of B, like B is subset of S. So this would be 1 because probability of B is positive. Alright, so A 1 up to so on are pairwise disjoint, then AI intersection BIs are also pairwise disjoint. Um, so Q of union of AIs is union of AIs intersection B divided by probability of B. So this should be first. I should write here probability of union of AIs given B I equals 1 to infinity, and then I should like move ahead here. Union of AI intersection B divided by probability of B. Then this is using distributive property, and then using countable additivity here. Right. So we have this finally. Now the second equality use distributive and third use countable additivity. Continuation of example. Suppose four cards are dealt from a well shuffled deck. We compute probability of four aces in four cards, given that I aces in I cards, I is 1, 2, 3, and so on. The event four aces in four cards is a subset of I aces in I cards. So let me say I is 2. Why this is a subset of this? So if like I have two aces, let's say A and A prime, two aces, two are aces, then these two can be any numbers, anyone. So this set would have four aces like A, let's say A1, A2, A3, A4, these are aces. And this has just one outcome. This has just one, this one, A1 up to one, um, four tuple. And this has like this one, and this is free. So this is a superset. So this is a subset. So in the intersection, we choose a similar set in probability I is in I cards. So 4 S's in 4 cards is 1 over 52 choose 4 and probability I is in I cards. So how do we compute I S's in I cards? Here we have number of good outcomes. Good outcomes and divided by total. So probability of I is in I cards. So for example, if I am saying like two aces in two cards, so this is two aces in two cards, but we have total four aces. So in four aces, if I say like I just wanna put two here, so how many combinations would be there? Four choose two. So my number of good outcomes is four choose two. So in this way, if I say probability of I is in I card, so this would be four choose I, and divided by total outcome would be 452 choose I. So in this case would be 52 choose 2. So the total number of outcome would be 52 choose 2. So when you put here, then you get like these numbers. This is simple. I'm going to skip This example, I don't know how to solve it. Now we are doing Bayes rule. So what's the Bayes rule? It's saying is if you have a partition A1 up to so on, be a partition of S and B be an event with probability of B to be positive, then for each I probability of AI given B would be what? So let me just give you a proof of this. Probability of AI given B would be probability of B given AI times probability of AI whole divided by probability of B. The question is like why? If you um expand this one, the first one, it would be probability of AI intersection B divided by probability of AI. And here we have probability of AI already, and whole divided by probability of B, and this cancel. Probability of AI is positive, assuming that the probability of AI is positive. Then this will be like this one. So Bayes rule says probability of AI given B is probability of B given AI, then probability of AI divided by probability of B. And by the total law of total probability, um, probability of B is summation probability of B given AI probability of AI. I goes to infinity. I would say we should use J here because AI is already used. This is law of total probability. So this is proof. AI intersection B by B. The numerator can be written as probability of B given AI, probability of AI. That's correct. And now probability of B is probability of B intersection AJs, and this is probability of B given AJ and probability of AJ. Substituting this into this, and then you get this. Now let us do an example which says in Morse code, dot and dashes occur in 3 ratio 4. That means probability of dot sent 3 ratio 4 means 3 out of 3 plus 4, which is 7. And probability of dash sent is 4 over 3 plus 4, which is 7. So 4 over 7. So these are the probabilities of dot sent and dash sent. So I'm just denoting like dot sent means sent dot, denoting like this is dot sent, and this is s dash means dash sent, and r dot means dot received. It's like dash received. Suppose that because of interference, a dot is mistaken for a dash with probability 1 over 8. So this could be little bit confusion that a dot is mistaken for a dash with probability 1 over 8. It is saying that you actually send dot and they have received mistakenly a dash. They are perceiving this is dash. So probability of this is dot sent. Dot is mistaken. That means dot has been sent. Okay. Dot sent. And mistakenly they have received dash. So probability of receiving dash received. I would use received dash and send dot. This is 7 over, sorry, dash received, which is 1 over 8. And dash is mistaken for a dot. That means dash was sent. Dash is mistaken for a dot. Means dash was sent and they are mistakenly are perceiving that the probability of dot sent, dot received. Probability both are 1 over 8. Right, let us see. Hence, probability of dot sent. So, dash received, what's the complement of dash receive? Dot received. So, dot received, dot sent. This is 1 over 8, so this should be 7 over 8. This is complement of like 1 minus 1 over 8. And probability of like if you fix dash sent, the complement of this dot received is dash received. So probability of dot dash received given that um, given that dash sent um, is 1 over, sorry, 7 over 8. So this would be probability dot sent given dots received. By base rule probability of, we wanna find probability of dot sent that dot received. So probability of dot sent dot received means probability of dot received dot sent, probability of dot sent divided by probability of dot received. So we know that probability of dot received, we already know this from the question. Dot received, no, we don't know. We don't know. We need to find probability of dot received. We know only this thing, probability of dot sent. But probability of dot sent dot received dot sent dot received dot sent dot received dot sent is 1 over 8. So this is 1 over 8 and this is given also dot sent is 4 over 7. And now you want to find only probability of dot received. So, how do we find probability of dot received? This is probability of dot received, and sample space is like here now dot sent, comma dash sent. So probability of dot received given dot sent, dash sent, and dash sent. So what? Then we put all of the values and then you get this one. Now we will be talking about independence. So how do we find independence? In some cases, B occurred does not change the probability of another event. Symbolically, probability of A given B is probability of A. So if probability of A and B are positive, then by the Bayes rule, probability of B given A is this, and then probability of A given B is this, then probability A cancels, then this is probability of B. So if probability of A given B is probability of A, this implies that probability of B given A is probability of B. This is what we showed here. And in either case, if you see that probability of A given B is what? Probability of A intersection B divided by probability of B. Then if you multiply probability of B on both sides, probability of B on both sides, this BB cancels. Then probability of A intersection B is probability of A times probability of B. So statistically, the dependence is like probability of A intersection B is probability of A times probability of B. There is no condition of probability of A and B to be positive in this case. So this is equivalent to the probability of A given B is probability of A, or this is equivalent to probability of B given A equals to the probability of B. So let us do an example. Consider an event getting at least 1/6 in 4 rolls of a fair dice. Its complement is the event getting no 6 at all in all 4 rolls. Since the rolls are independent, probability of getting at least 1/6 in 4 rolls. So like it's saying 1/6 in 4 rolls equals to the 1 minus probability of no 6 in 4 rolls. So it's like the complement of this at least 1/6. It's saying at least 1/6 means no 6 at all. So this is the um, complement of this one. Probability of no 6 in 4 rolls means probability of no 6 in roll 1, probability no 6 in roll 2, roll 3, and roll 4, and all are independent. So that means we are saying like probability of A1 intersection A2 intersection A3 intersection A4 is actually probability of A1, probability of A2, probability of A3, probability of A4. Or you can do like pairwise, like you to take this First you take this, then you take this, then you take this. Like it's kind of binomial, inductive way. So probability of no 6 in roll I. In roll I. Probability of what's the probability of no 6 in roll I? It's always fixed 5 over 6. Because probability of getting 1 6 is 1 over 6. Probability of no 6 is 5 over 6. So this is 1 minus 5 over 6 power 4, which is around 0.518. And now if saying A and B are independent, then A and B complement are independent, then A complement and B complement, B are independent, A complement and B complement are dependent. All right. So we can see the proofs. A intersection B complement. We write it as probability of A minus probability of A intersection B, and we move ahead. And similarly for A complement intersection B, we write this, and why do we need this as well, by the way? Yeah, A complement and B, A complement B. Got it. So these were trivial proofs, and this is the only one proof that is little bit technical. Probability of A complement intersection B complement. This is actually union of A complement how do we write it? This is A union B complement, and this can be written as this is probability of A complement intersection B complement, and this can be written as 1 minus probability of A union B, and this is 1 minus probability of A by include exclusion formula, minus probability of A intersection B, and then you go did it, and you put probability of A intersection B to probability of A times probability of B, and so on. Now it's saying that more than it's not enough to require only this. We need to take any combination of any subcollection of ABC. So they will be doing a example in which probability of there is like true that mutually they are having this, they are mutually independent, but they are not pairwise independent in this example. And in this example, they are pairwise disjoint but not mutually disjoint. So all of the definitions should be all of the any subcollection of this, any subcollection. For example, if I have A1 up to AN, then any subcollection of this, which is AI1, AI2 up to AIK, this should be mutually independent. Like, right? So this should be like this. So here we go, we have an example, and then we have another section.